Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing our Fascist UK run. Naturally, if you haven't watched it yet, make sure to check out the first part of this run to see exactly how we got to this point. I will also include the link to the playlist in the description. In the previous video, we first secured our dominions while turning fascist, then we annexed the USA and most of Europe, but there is only space for one fascist superpower in Europe, meaning our old friend Adolf has to go. It's time to prove the superiority of our royal British fascism. Actually, I do not think the Axis will be able to put up much of a resistance, since it is still fairly early in the run, meaning this video might be a little bit shorter than usual, but we will see. In any case, make sure not to miss the next and final episode of this series, releasing next week, as in it we will take down the USSR, Japan, we will core all of our dominions and the USA by forming the Empire, and finally we will core Europe with a fascist European Union, so make sure not to miss the grand finale. Before we start, as usual, if you're enjoying the content I make, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, feel free to let me know in the comments if you have any doubts or suggestions for further improvements. That's all for the introduction, so let's get into our initial setup to take down the Axis. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is actually we're going to make some adjustments to our offensive template. A very minor adjustment. One more artillery battalion, bring the combat width to 30 and save it. Now this means that in a few days we will also need to train again these divisions because they will receive the new equipment. Let's also set them up to attack Italy and Germany, and for that we're going to use all of our divisions. Now, for Italy, I'm going to set an offensive line. Actually, for Italy, I'm going to set a spearhead in this area. This is something I started doing with my tanks, and I had amazing success with this. Well, no need to say that. Sorry if you're watching the unedited version. Okay, so with one of our offensive infantries, we are going for a spearhead into Italy, and we're also going to assign a defensive army just behind them to cover the entire front, and then later on this army will be at the border with Germany just to stop them from going into Italy. The remaining two offensive armies will take care of Germany. We are going to set one of them up here from the river to the sea, and with a spearhead to take Hamburg, Hanover, maybe even Dortmund and Essen, something like this. Actually, I want Kassel as well. So let's say we go for something like this with one of the two armies, and the other one we set them just below. And the aim is to take this part here, including Luxembourg. I do want that place. Take it. Not this one. Come on. Okay, then don't take it. Okay, and finally, the last remaining defensive army. Where is it? This one. We are going to set them up to defend the fortified border against Germany. They shouldn't have much pressure here, and then a little bit to cover the area of Luxembourg as well. Okay, this should be all for the setup of our armies. Again, we need to make sure that they're all trained. Let's also remember, however, to deploy all of the planes that we may have in reserves. It's not that many, but it's better than nothing. And while we wait for the divisions to be ready, we can train all of these planes. Okay, so now let's wait for the divisions to be trained. See if they actually do need the trainings. For now they don't. Also, do we already have the claim on Italy? No, okay, we didn't get it yet, so we still have to wait for a few more days before we can get the claim. Okay, and our divisions are now training as they should. Now, at this point of the run, sometimes Germany is still fighting against Czechoslovakia. That is when Czechoslovakia does not join France. And that's better for us because they will be busy on this front, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes Germany is stronger because Hungary and Romania join them, so this is not the case here. And we will need to see what happens with Poland as well, because Germany is not yet attacking Poland. We may be able to take down Germany and Italy before they take Poland. So we'll need to probably take down Poland ourselves. Okay, we got the claim on Italy, and our divisions, at least the important ones, are all trained. Let's also make sure that they have the right setup here. So I would say that we can go. Let's maybe also give them a full planning bonus. I will speed it up a little bit here. And then, at least initially, I will assign all planes down here to Italy. So all of them to this army. But then we'll split them around a little bit more. It depends also on when Germany will actually join this war. They may not join right away. Okay, we got the planning. So war on Italy. They are a member of the Axis, okay? So Germany at some point at least should join. Now, after declaring war on Italy, if Luxembourg is still alive, you should also justify on them, because we want Luxembourg. And let's also check the collaboration government. Okay, we are still making it. I noticed that you don't get a notification anymore, or I am missing them, so we need to pay attention to that in order not to forget it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see how the push into Italy goes. And this should be fine. Also, they don't have divisions. Okay, we're doing pretty well. Now, if Germany doesn't join, at some point we will need to justify and attack them, because we do need to take Germany. Okay, I heard the sound of the collaboration government, but we didn't get the notification. That's very annoying. In any case, let's start planning the next one. Let's start spying for the next one. I do want to take Torino, since it is undefended. Well, not anymore.
Under fire.
And then don't take it now. Naturally, when you do this with tanks, it's a lot faster, but it's still okay.
Attention.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we already split Italy into two, which is great, because in this case, even if Germany joins them, they will not be able to reinforce the southern part of Italy. There is no saving Italy at this point. And at 75 political power, you can also pick radio propaganda. We're always struggling a little bit with war support, so let's just be on the safe side. I could have picked smoke and fire though. And at this point, yeah, I would say we can, as soon as we get the political power, we can justify on... how much political power do we need? Nothing. Okay, we can justify on Germany, because the situation down here is pretty much under control. Especially, I would say, as soon as we take care of the northern part of Italy, we can prepare our defensive divisions in here. And then we can start attacking Germany.
Ready. Attention. Ready.
And actually, Rome is already down. Italy is going down very fast, so... we do need to call Germany soon.
Attention. Ready.
Okay, let's not risk it. So, war on Germany. That means that I want to split my planes a little bit more. Now, about half of them we can give to the offensive army pushing in Germany. Also, these are very good trades. And I would say we can also immediately start pushing into Germany. They're probably not really ready for us at the moment. Yeah, I can see green numbers.
Ready, sir.
Okay, so we don't really need to push Italy all the way actually here, and what we need to do is to push Italy all the way down here. Possibly all the way to Palermo. Let's get ready for that. Then maybe it will not be necessary, but just in case, better to be ready. And let's see, the situation up here seems very smooth.
All in.
But why are we not taking that? Okay. We have an encirclement here, that's very nice.
All in.
Oh, okay, of course, we are not protecting our African side, so they will take this part of the empire, and we don't really care much. Because we already blocked the sea region, the Mediterranean Sea region, so losing Cairo doesn't matter.
Ready.
Always make more convoys if you have 3 dockyards. We will need all of them later.
Ready, sir.
Okay, civil war in Italy, that's good. Now, I think we want to give them... no, I don't think we want to give them the land, because we do want to annex Italy at some point. I guess it will not be much of a difference, but... and let me think if there is any disadvantage in keeping the territory. We need to defend it, but defending Italy is not very difficult. And maybe later we'll go for Yugoslavia, but it's pretty much the same. So I think we will keep the occupied territory in this case. Maybe for manpower, that's not ideal, but other than that, that's okay. And Italy is down. The bad Italy is down. So now we just need to take care of Germany. We freed one army. Let's send this army probably here, right in the center, with the goal of pushing something like this. And then they will go down here and then for Vienna. I also like to stop the other 2 offensives and reorganize them a little bit, but not before taking Frankfurt. Okay, so with the Northern Army, I think we can take all of the northern coast of Germany. And maybe we can even push into Berlin.
Ready.
The Southern Army, I just want to go for Stuttgart.
Move out.
I don't want them to push into forts, but that's okay. These are not very high level forts, right? These are only level 3 forts. We can deal with them. Yeah, I'm not defending this area, which might be a little bit risky, but that's okay. We're struggling for now with the air superiority. Of course, we don't have our F2 designs yet, but we will get them very soon, in only 38 days. Probably better to give a look to the collaboration government soon. Okay. Let's get rid of these guys.
Ready. Fall in. Ready.
And for what concerns the CAS MIO priority, I would suggest this one.
Ready. Attention.
I'll give them the planning and then I think we can attack. Let's go. Main push into Germany on the entire front. Probably we're going to struggle a little bit here with the forts, but other than that, I expect this to go smoothly. And now it is time for the second collaboration government in the Soviet Union. It's important not to miss this one, so let's go and get it.
Yes, sir. Fall in. Ready. Yes, sir.
Everything seems to be going very smoothly. I must say, this is one of the weakest Germany I have ever faced.
Fall in.
But that's because of our strategy, of course. That's because we are attacking them very early, so they're not ready for this. Now, before Germany goes down, I want to fabricate a claim on Poland. We need to be careful, but I don't think they will go down before we take Vienna. We also need to rearrange them a little bit here.
Let them have it.
They really don't have units. I've never seen Germany with so little units. Interesting.
Attention.
And let's just go. At this point, I just want Germany to go down as fast as possible. So we take down Poland and we prepare for the Soviet Union. Hungary, I must be honest. Hungary is a bit juicy because they have all those nice... what is it called? Aluminum, I think. What is the aluminum? There it is. So maybe interesting to get Hungary as well before we go after the Soviet Union. Think about it in a little bit. Oops.
Ready, sir. Attention.
I wonder if we can start rushing victory points, or is it too early?
Yes, sir. Ready.
These are good forts, on the other hand. These are very good forts. Now, Sweden and Ethiopia joining the allies. Probably we wouldn't care, but I don't want them. Okay, now we got the improved small airframe, meaning we can proceed to create our new designs. Now, if you selected the auto upgrade option, you should already have a new design, which is an improved close air support airframe, and you can use this one to make the better CAS. So something like this. So make sure you always have the auto upgrade option selected, because in this way you save a lot on air experience when you need to design your new planes. So this one we're going to call C2, and we don't really want it to change, so C2 is fine. Then you do the same thing for the other one. So here they created for us the Spitfire. This will become our F2. And again, make sure that it is auto upgrading. Okay. And then we're going to switch, of course, the production of F1 and C1 to F2 and C2. And at this point, we should also have enough political power to pick the infantry specialist. Yeah, we had another one, but they're the same. We also need to make some adjustments to our production now that we have the new planes. Okay, so this will be our new production priority: support equipment, anti-air, improved artillery and trucks to 5, infantry equipment to 15, C2 25, and then everything else into our F2. We want to get the air superiority, we want to destroy the German Air Force, but at this point Germany is done. Especially we want to take down the Soviet Air Force a bit later in the game. Now, as I mentioned, we will lack some aluminum. Rubber is not a problem because we can easily get it from Malaya. But aluminum, well, Malaya has some, not enough. Soviet Union. Yeah, I think we're probably going to take Hungary just for the aluminum. Let's justify on Hungary. 25 days. Oh, so Germany is actually going to attack Poland now? That would be interesting.
Ready! Attention! Ready! Attention!
Okay, we are basically done with Germany. I would say they would probably go down as soon as we take Vienna.
All in! Ready, sir!
If Munich is enough, though, that may be a bit of a problem. Hopefully Munich is not enough. Woo! It may be.
Ready!
Oh, it's okay. Kinda. I do want the claim on Holland as well. Seems fine. Somehow. Pretty decent casualties, I would say. Now, Hungary might actually join Germany, so we may not even need to attack them to take them in the peace conference. Let's see what happens. And then we also want Poland. Okay, they joined the Axis. So at this point, I think we can rush Vienna and we can just end the war. They are in the war, right? Yeah. So that's perfect.
Attention!
Because Poland will definitely not join Germany. Ah, they are not part of the peace conference. Well, it's okay. Not really a big deal. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to annex everything they have in Europe, both Italy and Germany. And then we are going to puppet everything they do, everything they have outside of Europe. As you remember, Germany took something from us in the previous peace conference, from France, I mean. Now, technically, Czechoslovakia is not a core, so we will not be able to core it later when we form the European Union. But I think in this case, we can annex all of Europe, keep it all of the same color. And then we also have Greece, actually, because Italy got Greece, so we can puppet Greece. And now this is a bit tedious, but what do you mean Albania? Where is Albania? Okay. Okay, let's puppet Albania. Technically, it would be much better. This was asked in a comment. So what do you do when someone like Germany puppeted, or better? What do you do when someone like Germany conquered Africa or these islands in here, or when you take them from the UK? Do you annex them? Do you puppet as Germany, or is it better to puppet them individually? So split them into several smaller countries. And overall, it's much better to split them into several smaller countries. First of all, because each one has its own focus tree. So they get their technology bonuses, they get their boosts, the extra factories, and so on. And then, moreover, they have cores. Germany doesn't have cores, in this case, for example, on any of these territories in Africa. But if we puppet individually the countries like Mali and Guinea and so on, and Senegal, they will have cores, which is of course much better for them and in return for us. So it is better to puppet, to balkanize, if you want to call it so. On the other hand, however, it's easier to manage a bigger puppet. Say you want to go for a full world conquest, and at some point you want to annex everything, then it would be much better to have just a German Reich, huge German Reich controlling all of Africa, and then later on you can decrease their autonomy and peacefully annex them, rather than having 1,000 smaller puppets, which will need to be individually annexed. Means a lot more political power spent, and so on. So in this case, we are going to puppet them to get the most out of it, but to a level of sanity. So I don't want to do it too much, otherwise I will go crazy. But we will try to do it at least a little bit. As you know, then taking resource rights and war reparations from each one of these puppets will be, you know, a little bit annoying. That's okay. Naturally, if they added an option to puppet all and add resource rights to all and so on, this would be much easier. Let's also take everybody's navies. Since we are the only ones in the peace conference, of course we're going to have enough points for everything. Don't have to worry about that, at least. And then everything else which is left as the German Reich. I guess we are going to puppet as the German Reich. Now let's get war reparations and resource rights from everyone. It's less people than I expected. It's actually not that insane. Be happy to see this. Oh, and by the way, guys, let me also mention another thing which was asked by some of you in the comments. Why don't you just annex everything? Why aren't we just annexing every single thing in the world? Well, the advantage of having puppets is that you do not need to defend that territory. So, for example, say that we are going to fight Poland next, and we plan to attack the Soviet Union. Now, if we annex Poland, when we declare war on the Soviet Union, we will need to defend the entire Polish border. If we puppet Poland, on the other hand, we will not need to defend this border because Poland will not be at war with the Soviet Union unless we call Poland. So puppets can act like buffer states, which protect your mainland from your enemies. And the great advantage of puppets is if you want to start a naval invasion of the Soviet Union, you can do it from Danzig, you can do it from Poland, if Poland is your puppet, even if Poland is not at war with the Soviet Union, which is actually OP. It means having a puppet which is not at war. It cannot be attacked, but you can use it to attack your enemies. Now, the example of Poland is easy, but think about, for example, invading the United States with something like Cuba or something like Curacao and so on. Keeping them as puppets, the United States cannot really attack them, cannot conquer them, but you can use them to attack and invade the United States. Then, of course, another advantage of puppets is you do not need garrisons, so you don't spend any manpower on keeping the resistance low. You don't have to worry about the resistance. And with resource rights and war reparations in the peace conference, although this is something you get only if you have the By Blood Alone DLC, you can also immediately get a lot of civilian factories and a lot of resources. So there is also that big advantage in having puppets. In the end, annexing the land gives you more resources and factories, but having puppets, it's much easier. You don't need to defend them, you don't need to spend manpower, and once you lower their autonomy level, they actually give you quite a lot of resources. So that's why I like puppeting a lot. Taking the chance in this video to mention some of these things, since I think the video will be a bit shorter than usual. So. Okay, now we're done here. And we want to take down Hungary as fast as possible. So let's do it. I thought they would be part of the peace conference, but probably we didn't attack them enough. We didn't attack them at all. So they were not part of the peace conference. Shouldn't be a big problem. Let's also start preparing immediately for Poland, although these guys are already here. So actually, who is far away? You're far away. Okay, so these guys we're going to prepare for Poland. I think the Soviet Union will attack Poland in any case pretty soon, so we should take care of them faster, at least if we can. It's going to be very beneficial for us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ready, sir.
I think Hungary is basically done. Okay, perfect. So in this case, for example, I will puppet Hungary, because I don't want to take care of this land, although it's entirely covered by us, but I do want to get the resources right away without having to worry about anything. That's what we're going to do here. Okay, the Soviet Union is already attacking Poland. Means we don't have any spare time. Need to immediately prepare our troops and attack as soon as possible. It also means bad things for Poland, because they're being attacked from all sides at the same time. Not great. Naturally, we don't need to fabricate a claim on the Soviet Union, because we already have one, which we got through our focuses. And what I want to do at this point is, we don't really need well, we can cover those regions too, but I want to cover this area, these naval regions too.
Ready! Ready!
And I believe we can stop importing some of this stuff. Let's see what exactly. Oh, this is perfect. Very nice. Okay, we got our claim on Poland, and let's go right away. We don't want to waste any time here. Now, since we got 3 civilian factories, what we are going to do here is we're going to prepare for the Soviet Union. We want to develop this land here at the border with them. We also want some additional air bases in here. And then, if you have Italy as a puppet, as it is in our case, we also want to start developing Italy so that we reduce their autonomy. Later on, we can annex them. We can build infrastructures and military factories in Italy. In the puppet Italy, at least. Some casualties are actually pretty decent against Poland, so we get a higher war score, if we can get that. Sadly, the Soviet Union was very fast at taking Danzig. Let's see the war score. We got 70%. Yeah, sad to have to share some, but let's see. Maybe after we take Warsaw, we should have a bit more. This should be the end of the war as well. Okay, so let's see, final war score, 74%, 25%, okay, that's pretty good. So of course we want to unify our land and maybe reduce a bit the front against the Soviets. So we are going to annex Poland in this case. Yeah, okay, this is understandable. You know what, this area would be nice to get though. We're going to contest this one. And some extra supply hubs would be nice as well. Starting from here is not terrible. Let's see. Still try. I would still try to contest them a bit more. Oh, this place is with 2 mountains. I am assuming that Poland is going to be taken entirely, right? And we cannot fight them anymore. Wait, what is this? They puppeted. Okay, so they puppeted, I guess, because it was a bit cheaper. It's okay, because, see, this is the tactic that I would have used against us, but in this case, the Soviet Union is not smart enough, the AI is not smart enough to do it. So they will actually call the Polish Soviet Socialist Republic against us when we declare war on them, so this will not be a problem. In any case, we are pretty happy. We control now all of Europe, basically. We will need to work a bit on the Balkans, but we can do it later on. And the next target is the Soviet Union. Now, for the Soviet Union, we may need to go and take Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia as well. It depends on the timing. Sometimes they annex them. Sometimes we need to take them before that. It doesn't matter much. Let's see if I got the right supply hubs. Yeah, I think we got pretty decent supply hubs. So we should have supplies along the entire front. And let's also improve the infrastructures here on the front. Let's also build more railways for these supply hubs, as supplies are always a major problem when fighting the Soviet Union. And actually, I will do it manually a little bit here. Okay, next, before we end this video, although in terms of gameplay and conquest we are done, the Soviet Union will be covered in the next chapter, but we still need to make a couple of adjustments. First of all, we want to improve we want to apply the MIO upgrades to F2 and C2. Let's do that. Oh, it's so nice, the name doesn't change anymore. It's so amazing. Really, the only thing that they need to do now is to apply them automatically, because I don't see why I need to do it manually. That's still very annoying. But other than that, it's great. Let's see if we have any additional planes to deploy. Probably we do. Let's deploy everything. Let's train everything. Now we're getting our good planes, and we're getting a lot of them very fast as well. We're going to make some changes to the production. We have a lot of factories now, so we're going to bring the production of support equipment, anti-air, artillery, and trucks to 10, just because we have the factories to do it, so we'll never run out of them again. And then infantry equipment and C2, we bring them all the way to 50. And the rest will go to the F2 design. Doesn't look like our divisions lost too much. Maybe these guys a little bit, so they will need some extra training. But other than that, it is pretty much perfect. So I think we will push Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. So I will dedicate one offensive army to that purpose. And then we're going to prepare another army to push this Polish puppet. And they can go all the way to Minsk. And the last army will be ready to push down here. What we need to push here is the supply hubs. Want to take something like this. This will be our first push against the Soviet Union. We're going to set up the defensive armies. No, we don't really need one there. Sorry. We are going to split the bottom front basically into two. Later on we will create a third army and we will use it to cover the area of Crimea. But pretty much that's the setup done. Then once the planes are trained, we should have an interesting and fairly challenging war against the Soviet Union. Unlike Germany, attacking the Soviet Union early doesn't really give a lot of benefits, because the Soviet Union is still pretty strong. They have a lot of divisions, even in 1939, but this is very early, as you can see. Actually, the historical World War II would be about to begin, but in our world, we are much ahead of that. A pretty successful run so far, but that's not over yet. So guys, that's all for today's episode, but make sure not to miss the next one. I expect some challenges with the Soviet Union, the invasion of Japan, but then especially you cannot not see what will happen with the Empire recreated, with Europe cored, and with the United States cored. I'm also very curious to see our final stats in terms of manpower and factories. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any suggestions for further improvements, let me know in the comments, or simply let me know what you thought about it. As you know, the YouTube algorithm is very happy with comments, so let me know. And well, other than that, of course, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.